account spread bed and look at what is happening to her, Jamaica. Val, well, I'm the moderator. Val, you see, if you no come on the platform here with an agenda, I think you're in the wrong place, all right? You see, if you support the Jamaica Labour Party, this is not the page or platform for you, okay? Respectfully. So you see, any sentiments you have to share, keep it to yourself. I don't want to block you. All right? You know, keep on a nasty, worthless, dirty mentality and disrespect to yourself. Now come ask which party in Trelawney PNP are going. You see, if you're a dirty thinking Labour, right, you keep your nasty, dirty thinking self to yourself and not comment over here. Be like a jankro, me not say fly, be like a jankro on the wall. Wrong live you're there, and you hear I don't want class on the dirty Labour, right, it too early. Night not come down yet. Don't comment back over here before me block you. You Val me attack. All right? And I just grace me moderators. Any you see, me moderator mute you. I did that. You know I make a continue. Because someone no come for this track and me come for educate my people. How you feel now, Val can't comment if you just stay there and listen. Not true, you must feel like a dog. Keep no opinion to yourself, man. When you know your PNP platform are go on, and when PNP do them thing, listen and observe, man, and see if you can walk away with little knowledge. Instead of not sure. You don't know me over here, so you know. You don't know me. I will never disrespect anybody, but when once you left a comment and go and show up on yourself, me have to bring on the down, man. Me have to make you know what time it is. You no wrong me? Tell me if you no wrong me, people. I have never tried to disrespect nobody, but they always try to show themselves over here. So once you show yourself, me I go bring on the door. Keep on no comments to no self-labor rights. We can have a conversation, but you see the disrespect, I will not have it over here. All right? So you Val, how you feel now? Can't comment if you just the one side and look and listen. Stay in our lane, man. Stay in our lane. Susie say, why Val no walk? We'll go walk with our Prime Minister. That is it. Exactly, Richard. Them a talk about Albertown. Albertown was empty. Imagine the meeting must start 6 o'clock last night and all 9:30. I hear say them have to bus at over and ask me how me know. One of my friends them will run the JUTC. What you call the bus them? We carry the tourists them. What you call it? The people when at the tourism thing we have no own coaster bus and no register it with what? White name? Juta. Hear me about JU. The Juta, my good friend. Tell me saying at the hours at night, MP Tova Hamilton a call down in phone. See if he can run 2 trips from North Trelawney go South Trelawney. Rent bus and busing people because up to 9:30. It was a disgrace to see South Trelawney. A Patmore cause all of this, you know. Patmore cause all of this. Patmore cause all of this. When you look upon them, no name young people, just the old foot, Dalrymple, hard head supporters them come out last night. You want to see them? Not eating a mouth. I know I go down the road, they come in a company this afternoon to talk about, yeah. But Dalrymple no make no sense right now in a South Trelawney. And let me tell you something, you know, a one mistake Paul Patmore make, you know. I bet you not tell me the one mistake he make. The one mistake Patmore made was he should have run as a councillor in the Warsop or Larmas division. I think Larmas would have more suited. Yes. You see, anyhow Patmore did run in the local government election in the Larmas division, he would have won and he would have been the councillor. And then now, he would have cement himself to make Dalrymple know say PNP means business. You understand? Yeah? That is the only who that I said the mistake he make was to join the JLP. No. We welcome the labor. One mistake. But let's not forget, people. Let's not forget, is after the local government election, Paul Patmore decides, so you know what, I'm going to offer myself. Remember, during the local government election, PNP never really have no candidate down there, I think Muzzy did still get the nod to represent, is after the local government election. I think Muzzy ran independent. We never have we decide so we now contest the election. And it's after, I think it was in March or April, Patmore decides say he's going to offer himself. And let me tell you something. It is looking good for the comrades. All who used to support Dalrymple. If out of 100, 70% of the people them on the fence, not supporting Dalrymple, not supporting her. But anyway, it was a good look. And you can't tell me, say, after 20 years, Dalrymple served 5 terms in a South Trelawney. And what is it that South Trelawney people have to show? The town of Albertown is like a moment in time. Time stands still in a South Trelawney. Every other constituency I move on except South Trelawney. And you not have to ask if the people them are going to jump up with Dalrymple in a public and vote for Paul Patmore in a private. Make them go on. Make Dalrymple go on. Whoever you see support Dalrymple last night are from neighboring constituency. Me now ask the man from St. James, Horace Chang, the General Secretary, busing people from St. James, Tova bringing people from North Trelawney. The people them now want have nothing to do with Dalrymple. Dalrymple have bring shame and disgrace come a South Trelawney. Yeah? And you want to see the Matt D's to, the big... Hey, me say, Matt D's now not name shame, And me alone get one vibes from Matt D's. Me feel Matt D's as sweet potato pudding, Some of them married and have them wife, but me I tell you, some of them are sweet potato pudding. Me get one pudding vibe from Matt D's. Yeah, me get one pudding vibe. You want to see me say Matt D's don't have no shame? Matt D's not have no shame. Look how Dalrymple drag him and class him in a South Chiland. And you want to see the man on stage yesterday. You want to see the man on Dalrymple stage yesterday. Can't give a good speech. None of them no come with no plans for South Trelawney. All in there a chant, Mama D, Mama D, Mama D. Have them under spell. You want to see them. Wash your foot and come. Drag on the slippers and come. Not eat in a mouth. You want to see one of them a push up the shower finger when you look at a peer yam bank dirty in a fingernail. I put up shower in the You want to see them. I make a move on with my classes because I come this afternoon fitting. We come about serious business. You want to see the yam bank them in their fingernail, but them a wall up shower sign. But anyway, Jamaica, I'm not sure if you are aware. 200 down over here, we can have class we can start up the class. I'm not sure if you all are aware that the Member of Parliament for Northwest St. Andrew was caught in one piece of disgrace and the lies that they tell. But you see, me no sorry for Northwest St. Andrew people, because sometimes certain things must happen before, you can learn from it. See, when time you choose some candidates when I have no form of merit, no have no form of decency, want to believe in is the what you call it now, generation after generation. This man should have never gotten that seat. Duane Smith should have never been the predecessor or the father. He should have never gotten Northwest St. Andrew. Duane is a disgrace. But this is what happened in Jamaica when you no choose candidates, when you have no merit. Thank you, Jews. Big up yourself. This is what happened when you no select candidates that has no merit, no substance. You no choose them because them papa was this and them mama was that. So them feel say them are gonna come do the same. It was a mistake. And right now, Jamaica, the war room turn up and turn against Duane Smith. Let me tell you something, you know. Whatever dealings the father, Derek Smith, had with the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness has fulfilled that deal. I wonder if you know hear what me say. Remember, there was a deal. Yes? When Derek Smith stepped down, his son must get the seat. And Andrew honor that deal. Derek Smith stepped down and give the seat to his son, Duane Smith. See him there, you know, and get the seat. But right now, Jamaica, I don't know if you realize what is happening. Yesterday, when I listened to state media, how state media rub out Duane Smith, and I feel like it was a setup. I feel... You send me something, moderator? All right, me baby. Give me a second, let me check. I'm not going to know where people... Because even though Andrew gave Derek Smith what he would have wanted, after me resign, give me son the seat, Andrew honor the agreement, right? Now that Duane Smith has caused the Jamaica Labour Party such a national embarrassment. Uno no feel say the bangarang we are going in the Jamaica Labour Party, which part the candidates them want safe seat from who want get the seat. Uno no feel say now that's Duane Smith forfeit the agreement. Andrew is going to try to get rid of him. And why me say that in Jamaica? For them to keep Duane Smith in the seat, it is going to bring further disgrace to the Jamaica Labour Party. So it is a setup for them. You notice how Bradley Avenue come out swinging. Yes, Mr. I could not believe Cliff Hughes had dragged the man yesterday. The Jamaica Labour Party had ordered Bradley Avenue to disgrace Duane Smith. Jamaica, just in case you no miss it, I want you to listen to how they catch this member of parliament in one of the most notorious lie ever spoken on national airways. I want you to listen to how the man say, not no go so, him no owe nobody no money. 103,000 US, millions of dollars in take from him friend. And now the friend want him money. Duane can take God off of the cross, say him no owe nobody, not even a dollar. I want you to listen to this, Jamaica, and tell me why you don't think Cliff Hughes went in so much pan Duane Smith. Listen this, Jamaica. Listen to this.
Mr. Smith?
Yes. So
that is not true. You're not contesting that you owe Mr. Zan anything? Well, let me ask you, Mr. Smith. Let me ask you this. Is it true that Mr. Azan lent you approximately 103,000 US dollars for a business venture and that you have not paid him back for over approximately 10 years? Is that true?
To me, it is not true. But again, Mr. Hughes,
you did not. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I'm asking. You notice I've been listening very intently.
Answer the question.
And I'm no. I'm asking you. Did Mr. Azan lend you over $103,000 for pursuing a business venture that you have not repaid him? I'm asking you.
We are beyond that now.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Mr. Smith. Were you and Mr. Azan in a business venture? I am asking you now. You have come here to clear your name.
Indeed.
Right. So I'm asking you now. At no time over the last how many years has you been the recipient of funds from who you called your friend at one time? Have you ever given Mr. Azan checks that were not dated and which later bounced?
All these questions that you're asking me now were asked of me at the highest level in the party when I was being vetted to become a member of parliament.
Oh? At the highest level of the party? Meaning the Prime Minister, the General Secretary, the Selection Committee? What? Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith?
I ain't gone.
Mr. Smith? You were asked these questions at the highest levels of the party. Are you there? He's gone? Can you try getting him back for me, please? Oh? I was hearing him very well. Oh, he hung up the phone. Oh? What the hell is this? 21 minutes after 11. We're still making efforts to reconnect with Mr. Smith. Because I don't know what happened. If the call dropped or he hung up, I don't know. But it was at a pivotal point in the interview that we lost him. We are still making efforts to reconnect with him. Is he back? Oh, good. 22 minutes after, he's back. Mr. Smith.
My battery died.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Back online.
Good. Well, so my question to you was, you spoke of the questions I was asking you. Sounded very much like us. On that, and asked if levels mean the Prime Minister, the party leader, the General Secretary, members of the Selection Committee of the Labour Party.
So Hughes, you're politically experienced, know that I can't share Labour Party business publicly. But
and these questions were asked of you.
Thank you, Tara.
All these questions are asked of me.
Since you came on this morning and the interview started, my phone is also burning up with the questions, that seek to suggest that you're not being truthful. Questions that suggest that you have issued several checks that have bounced to Mr. Azan. For example, put up on the screen for me these checks that were issued. One to Sean Azan.
One on the people, me have to pause it. Why Cliff Hughes I got so hard pan Duane? You know, you Duane say put up the checks them on the screen so that they can see the bunks check them. Why is it that Cliff Hughes, the war room, come out swinging so hard against Duane Smith? You know, here Cliff Hughes I tell the production teams and if he put up the bunks check them so that Duane Smith can see himself. Duane still a deny say him no sign on check and he no owe the man any money. Jamaica, it's about to get worse. So no continue listen this.
And
What the date on these checks?
$500,000.
What's the date on these checks?
The date? Let me just get the date here. 14th. Is this the 14th of the 1st, 2020? 14th of the 11th, 2024. November last year, $500,000. But the check then says, hold on. It says payment countermanded by
what does that mean?
draw.
What does that mean?
You tell me.
A countermanded check is not a check that was bounced. A countermanded check is a check that means a stop payment was placed by me on that check.
Oh.
My behalf.
So what were you attempting to pay Mr. Azan last November when these checks were written? Or why would you sign these checks and present them to him?
No. You need to ask him that. That's a question for Mr. Azan.
Your signature is on this.
No, Mr. Hughes. Seen a check and you've accused of being a bounce check.
Let me tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these checks, all written in the name of Sean Azan, signed by what seems to be your signature. You told me only moments ago you issued those checks and then directed that they be stopped. Are you denying that you wrote these checks, Mr. Smith?
I already did.
You did?
No.
You are denying that you didn't write these checks?
I already answered the question about what you have asked me. No.
Could you tell me, for clarity, did you...
Jamaica people. No, Jamaica people. Have you heard the member of parliament for Northwest, St. Andrew, how deceptive and liar wicked the man is? The man say him no owe Mr. Azan no money. Mr. Azan is suing him for over $20 million. Remember that this member of parliament received not 100% increase in a 300% increase in his salary, and him still see it fit to go take so much loan from one individual, one smudding take so much loan from, Jamaica, them kind of people here must get impeached, This is the reason why the Jamaica Labour Party do not want to pass the impeachment bill, because them are supposed to come out of parliament, Likewise, Dalrymple, Jamaica, you hear the man come out and say him no owe Mr. Azan any money. Well, Jamaica, I want you now to listen to how they catch MP Duane Smith in one of the most biggest lies ever told in the history of politics. Listen to this, Jamaica. It's about to go down.
Nationwide news has seen documents which purport to show that MP for Northwest St. Andrew, the JLP's Duane Smith, may have misled the public when he denied owing millions of dollars to a Kingston businessman. Smith, who's facing the prospect of a lawsuit over the debt, broke his silence on an issue that has dogged his career as a politician for several years. Speaking on Cliff Hughes Online earlier on Thursday, Smith has said he owed nothing to Sean Azan, the managing director of Xanadu Limited. But Nationwide News has seen material which suggests the first-term MP may not have been telling the truth. George Davis has our story.
Duane Smith was unequivocal on the question of whether or not he owes millions of dollars to Sean Azan, his former friend. The issue of the debt was the subject of a lawsuit which the court dismissed earlier this week. Smith, who says he's bracing for a fresh legal attack from Azan's lawyers, was in a bullish mood when he spoke to Cliff Hughes earlier on Thursday. His message: he owes Sean Azan nothing.
The interview that was done by Mr. Azan's attorney is painful to me, hurtful to me, because not one sentence that he said is factual, and he knows it's not true. And there's an avenue to deal with attorneys who tells lies and waste the court's time by saying that they served somebody or someone and they did not get, they know they didn't. I have written to my attorneys, giving them permission to accept this new lawsuit, and I can confirm two things. One, nothing that Mr. Azan's attorney said yesterday is true. Nothing. And two, I owe Mr. Azan zero. Not $1 is outstanding to Mr. Azan.
Given the information at his disposal, Cliff Hughes pressed Duane Smith on whether or not he does indeed owe money to Sean Azan.
Is it true that Mr. Azan lent you approximately 103,000 US dollars for a business venture and that you have not paid him back for over approximately 10 years?
Okay, no, it goes right back to what I said a while ago. I answered the question today. It is not true. But again, Mr. Hughes,
you did not. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I'm asking, did Mr. Azan lend you over 103,000 US dollars for pursuing a business venture that you have not repaid him?
I do not know what this new suit entails, so I cannot speak to any specifics. But what I can tell you definitively, I do not owe Mr. Azan $1.
But there's a problem. You see, fresh material seen by Nationwide News on Thursday afternoon suggests otherwise. We have seen 6 documents, 4 letters and 2 memoranda that purport to show that Duane Smith owes Sean Azan millions of dollars. All documents represent correspondence sent by Azan to a particular investment management company instructing that loans be made out to 2 companies, K&S Food Services Limited and K&S Higher Ed Services. Both those companies are understood to be owned by Duane Smith. There are 4 loans from Sean Azan to K&S Food Services Limited on January 15, 2015 for $3.5 million, March 30, 2015 for another $3.5 million, June 11, 2015 for $4 million, and June 17, 2015 for $1.5 million. Then there are 2 loans from Sean Azan to Smith's other company, K&S Higher Ed Services, for $20,000 US dollars on March 22, 2017, and $30,000 US dollars on April 25, 2017. Altogether, these 6 loans amount to $50,000 US dollars and 12.5 million Jamaican dollars. Additionally, Nationwide News has seen copies of WhatsApp conversations which appear to show Duane Smith acknowledging his debt to Sean Azan and discussing whether he'll need a guarantor for the monies owed. In one particular exchange, dated May 7, 2020, with a timestamp of 11:07 a.m., Azan appears to confront Smith with the message, quote, "I gather you are telling people you owe no money," end quote. On the same date and against the same timestamp, 11:07 a.m., Smith appears to reply, quote, "That is not true. Never ever denied funds outstanding," end quote. George Davis for Nationwide News.
Jamaica people, remember a few days ago I said to the nation that when it comes on to the Jamaica Labour Party, it seems as though for you to gain any footing in the Jamaica Labour Party, you have to have some form of scandal attached to your name. You have to be dabbling in some form of criminal organization. You have to be a part of some money laundering. It's like for you to get a foothold in the Jamaica Labour Party, you have to be a full-blown criminal. The Jamaica Labour Party can never recall nothing. We heard former Prime Minister Siaga have to borrow how much? $400 million US dollar during the Finsack era and come back and tell Jamaican people, say, him never remember, say him borrow such loan. Eh? They have learned from them predecessors and them former prime minister. And with that said, Jamaica, with that said, I want somebody to come tell me one perfect song can play suitable for Duane Smith. I will go first. Jamaica people, this is so embarrassing. Embarrassing. You know, hear the man say, when Duane Smith write up the check them, Cliff Hughes said the check them just a bounce galang so. Only in a year when time Cliff Hughes a pin him down. And come and tell the man about compound check and all kind of let me tell you something. Only a criminal will do things like these. No wonder Andrew ensure saying get the seat up there because so the leader has so the members of parliament that belongs to the Jamaica Labour Party. What a national disgrace. Check. How you say, I'm not so young anymore, and I don't know the words to these lyrics. The man say, bounce check in the account and make them get upset. That him say, you know. Then know that happened to Mr. Azan and Duane. Duane bounce the man check and now Azan upset. But one, I don't want the true essence of what is taking place fly over on the head in Jamaica. Ask yourself the question. Why is it that Bradley Avenue is going so hard on Duane Smith? It is a tactic, Jamaica. The man say 10 years. 10 years now, Duane Smith owe him the $20 million. Make we break it down now, Jamaica. We sure know the Jamaica Labour Party are one criminal organization, you know, seeking who they can take down to build up. Look at this, Jamaica. Look at this. Remember, Delano Sivrite poised to get the seat from Carl Samuda. Them don't want give Delano Sivrite the seat without a fight. So what did Tom Tavares Finson do? Make sure insert theme Pickney in the seat. Christian Finson. What did the Jamaica Labour Party did? They realize say bacchanal and drama go on in the North Central St. Andrew. So what they do? They make both of them withdrew their candidacy. So right now North Central lies bare, you know. It is now what, 2 weeks. About 2 to 3 weeks now, them stand down, you know. So what is the hallmark of what is happening now, Jamaica? It is clear that Tom Tavares Finson is adamant. Something got to give. I feel Tom Tavares Finson, the president of the Senate, have something on Andrew Holness. What me say? I believe that Tom Tavares Finson, the president of the Senate, has something on the prime minister. And guess what? Andrew is now caught between a rock and a hard place. Because the people them don't want Christian Tavares Finson up there, they want Delano Sivrite. So they are going to make the people them get what they want in a North Central St. Andrew, you know, by giving the seat to Delano Sivrite. But the smoke screen, Jamaica, is to have both of them withdraw them candidacy to make it look like Andrew is in charge. Andrew is not in charge of nothing. Christian Finson is going to get Duane Smith's seat. Look upon the issue, Jamaica. Why is it that it is now an election year, 2-3 months before a general election, and if you could have sit down for 10 years, right, and you take the abuse from your friend and hold out for 10 years, why is it that now You come and bad up the man for your money. And don't get me wrong, him deserving money. Wrong is wrong. But you must look into the politics of it all, Jamaica. Look into the politics of it all. The president of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson, is adamant, say me all know, and this is a generation thing. Just like how Derek Smith hand down the seat to him Pitney, me want to no set up for me Pitney, just like how you no set up others in the party. And Jamaica, mark my word, this blessed Saturday afternoon, Andrew is caught between a rock and a hard place. Because Delano Sivright and Christian Finson a war over the one seat in a North Central St. Andrew. The people them want Delano Sivright. But Tom Tavares Finson have something on Andrew Holness, and that is the reason why they're putting up a challenge up there and making sure say Christian Finson get a seat. This is the reason why now they orchestrate a plot now Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party war room. Yes, they come together. And they're about to take out Duane Smith. And they're going to insert. Me telling you, you know, Christian Finson is going to get that seat from Duane, because guess what? What is there to honor anymore? Derek Smith saying Pitney if get the seat, and Andrew honor the wishes of Derek Smith. Andrew give the seat to Duane Smith. Duane mess up his own self, no, so it go. But Duane never mess up so you know, is the Jamaica Labour Party. Remember the man when you know, is the treasury for Darrell Vaz, Portland, you know. Yes? Why is it that a labor right fight against a labor right at this time of the year when it's an election season? Why is it that two labor rights are going at each other right now? Because Tom Tavares Finson have something on the Prime Minister in which they must give his son a seat. And if you don't give him, call some other seat, you don't have to find one safe seat and give him. Which other safe seat is around Jamaica? Derek Smith's seat is a safe seat for the Jamaica Labour Party according to them. Hence the reason why them plot and connive to get rid of Duane Smith out. Because if you can sit down for 10 years and keep it amongst yourself as a Labour right, now is a unprecedented time. The Jamaica Labour Party is in election mode. Why you wait until an election? All the time you keep it to yourself and keep it amongst yourself in the Jamaica Labour Party. Why now? It is orchestrated, Jamaica. It is orchestrated so that the president of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson's son, can get a safe seat. Watch how it go play out, Jamaica. And you know the comrades, them know the labor right, them business more than all. Them know they own a business. So like how we attack up the things, them, you know, them are going to shift things. But interesting days are ahead, Jamaica. Interesting days. But you see, this is what happen when you select people because of friend and family and who you know. You don't put people in a seat because of qualification and because of love for the people. It is clear Duane Smith should have never make it to Parliament. He's not even worthy to become a councillor, much less a member of Parliament. It is a shame. It is a shame to see how them hand down the seat. It is alleged that he's a drunkard. It is alleged that he's a gambler. Them say when him got casino all 600,000, him a drop on board in less than 10 minutes. And when him lose the 600,000, he still a go draw money for throw up on table. And with all those money which a team a spend up on a gamble, you never think once to pay back Mr. Hazani money. Well, see you come out now, come say you don't owe Hazan any money. But when you listen to Cliff Hughes and George Davis, You hear George David said there are WhatsApp message between Mr. Azan and Duane Smith. And to all them reading messages, you can see say Duane Smith agree say, yes, me owe your money for true. Because Mr. Azan asked him a question. I heard you going around telling people say you owe nothing outstanding. And he in return responded to Mr. Azan and said that he has always acknowledged his outstandings. So basically that message alone sink Duane Smith. Why he had to come and lie? And it is not a good look for the Jamaica Labour Party. And so I am guaranteeing you, Jamaica, that the Prime Minister is going to take a stance. Then go and say Duane Smith in a jeopardy and him sabotage the seat. So guess what? They are going to get rid of him. The Jamaica Labour Party war room has connived and plot. Because you can't tell me. Say somebody owe me $20 million for 10 years. And me and that person belong to the same party. Me and him eat food. Me and him in a business together. And me can keep it amongst myself for 10 years. Why is it that 2 months before a general election, me a come out and embarrass my friend like this? It is a plot, Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party wanted a safe seat. And they will do anything to get a safe seat to replace that seat with one of them friends. Something is brewing Jamaica amongst the Jamaica Labour Party. And it is clear what is happening. We soon come back to this fiasco. Jamaica, it was brought to my attention. Where the people them there in St. Thomas? St. Thomas people, good afternoon. How no do? Where the people them there in St. Thomas? Jamaica? It was brought to my attention yesterday that the outgoing member of parliament for St. Thomas Eastern, Michelle Charles, very devious and conniving and wicked like him, her leader. Good afternoon, Sharon Valentine. Sharon, you want to listen this? You want to listen this? Sidoma, big up yourself. St. Thomas people have no time, because Michelle have to go down this evening. Michelle Charles have to go down this afternoon. I don't want nobody feel like I pick on the lady, but if you tap tell lie now, man, enough is enough. Enough is enough. When I know your papa, when I know you are your pitney them and grand pitney. What is wrong with Michelle Charles in Eastern St. Thomas? Well, Jamaica, Councillor Rose Shaw for the Morant Bay Division come out and set the record straight. And when me tell her say she buff Michelle, she buff her, And it will not end today because Councillor Rose Shaw is going to take it to the parish council come next week, Thursday, when council meet. Yeah. Because Michelle Walker tell people in Eastern St. Thomas how the mayor I give Rose Shaw millions and top of millions of dollars. Well, Shoeshine, if you go tell Rose Shaw what kind of millions of dollars him, Shoeshine, I give Rose Shaw a month time for Morant Bay. Jamaica, I am going to play something for you. And we are going to have a discussion. And I want St. Thomas people line up themselves for participating in the class. Jamaica. Is anybody, remember me not come from St. Thomas, I have family over there in Bath. So I pass through, but I don't come from there. Can anybody confirm whether or not there is a bridge or a river known as Bamboo River or Bamboo River Bridge in Eastern St. Thomas? One bridge or one river named in Eastern St. Thomas? I need to know. Richard Centabin say yes. All right. From Richard say yes. Something goes off. All right. See the Center Mass people, them they are confirmed. Sharon Valentine. Well, me know say go so then. All right, Jamaica. It was brought to my attention, Jamaica, that Michelle posted on her Facebook page. Let me make sure I post it up, because I know why she say a lie people are tell Panar. Where is Michelle Charles? Come here, please, because don't want nobody say we're telling a lie on her. See her there? And she bring down Rose Shaw, the bridge is the responsibility of the Morant Bay Councillor. Well, we know who the councillor for the Morant Bay Division is, so we know who she attack. Because she feel like say she have sense, but everybody knows say the Charles them head not so good. So make we talk the truth now. I want Jamaica to listen to what the outgoing Member of Parliament has to say about Comrade Rose Shaw, and then we're going to have a discussion. Listen to this, Jamaica. No, listen to this.
I am standing here on the Bamboo River Bridge in Morant Bay, a crossing that has been in dire need of repair for several years. As you can see, the structure is still unfinished. Gaps between the planks, exposed beams, and a weakened support upright makes it difficult and unsafe for families and residents to pass through. This bridge falls under the responsibility of our municipal corporation and the sitting councillor for the Morant Bay Division. Despite this, I could not ignore the cries of the community. Although it isn't directly within my jurisdiction as Member of Parliament, I stepped in to help. I donated over $300,000 worth of material. That's lumber, nails, concrete, cement, and other essential supplies, so that the residents could kickstart the rebuilding of this bridge. Thanks to that donation, the community rallied together, neighbors showed up with hammers and shovels, local youth gave their sweat and time, and slowly the bridge took shape. But as you can witness, the work is still incomplete. I know the council for this division receives at least $1.5 million every month to...
You hear that, Jamaica? You hear what Michelle Charles say publicly on her social media? The lady says she know for a fact say the councillor Rosemary Shaw receive $1.5 million every month. Listen this, Jamaica. You hear Michelle Charles talk out of her mouth. Say Rose Shaw collect $1.5 million every month from parish council. Listen to this, Jamaica.
Best infrastructure and needs in her division. So I want to encourage her to directly to please use these resources at her disposal to finish this bridge. Our constituents deserve a safe and reliable crossing, one that gives children and elderly peace of mind and allows residents to move all around their goods and their family without fear. Let us come together to finish what we've started. The community is ready. It's time for our elected leaders to step up, stop talking, walk the walk, and ensure that
I don't want to hear nothing more from you. You're too damn wicked and lie and thief. Jamaica people, you hear the woman a bring down Rose Sharp on the internet. Well, somebody send it to me, from me listen to the woman, me say no, something not right. Because if I reach out to Rose Shaw right now, Rose Shaw is going to tell me something different. So you know me love the excitement. So I reach out to Councillor Rose Shaw. And I say, Rose, what go on here? So come see Michelle I go on with herself on the internet and say she fix Bamboo River Bridge. And Rose say, what you say? Rose Shaw say, what you said, Dre? What you said to me? Anyway, Jamaica, This is where truth and facts come to light, you know. Because you know me already. When it comes down to the truth and the facts, I am going to bring it forward. Now, Jamaica, when you look at, I am going to play something for you. And then we're going to make an analysis. Here we have Rose Shaw standing on a little makeshift bridge. But right below her is the Bamboo River. The Bamboo River runs because the bridge mash up. The bridge mash up, and so the residents make a little makeshift thing to thing. And so Jamaica, Rose Shaw was standing on the makeshift bridge, and she lobbied as the councillor for the bridge to be fixed. I want you to listen to what Rose Shaw has to say.
The bridge in particular, but the Bamboo River drain, as you see currently, needs to be addressed. So the plan is to get the residents together, provide the material to sort out the bridge, because the fire department has made it clear.
What she was trying to say in the video, it's a lengthy video, I don't have the time to play everything, but what she was saying is that the fire department came to Eastern St. Thomas, especially in the Morant Bay division, and the fire people them say in case there is a fire, the people them house them are go burn down over Bamboo River because there is no access to fire truck and other emergency vehicles to pass. You understand? And as a responsible councillor, Rose Shaw lobbied, she did her video, and she asked for assistance from Parish Council. Jamaica, how Michelle fi come take ownership for bridge and say as she sort out the bridge. Jamaica people, we have the facts and we have the proof. Jamaica, here we have Councillor Rose Shaw, 105,000 Rose Shaw fork out and rent the backhoe so they can clean. Remember me showing you the nasty dirty what you call it, you know, Bamboo River. We not clean from Wapikil fill up. You understand? See Rose Shaw turn up on the bridge here, you know. Look the nastiness them in the river. I have Michelle Charles as the member of parliament. Councillor Rose Shaw lobbied for this bridge to be fixed as the councillor. Rose Shaw spent 105,000 rent the backhoe, and when she rent the backhoe and clean the river so that the river can go out into the sea, this is the work of Rose Shaw, right? See Rose Shaw get the same backhoe here to clean out the Bamboo River. What is Michelle Charles talking about? What is Michelle Charles talking about? On top of that, Jamaica, Councillor Shaw make sure go spend up and buy steel, cement, plywood, you name it, every single thing. Down to see the cement there, see the sand and the gravel them they throw down to fix the bridge. How Michelle Charles a post it up on her Facebook page, say she fix Bamboo River Bridge. What a wicked member of parliament. Eh? See Councillor Shaw spend up the people their money and fix the Bamboo River Bridge. What is it that Michelle Charles is talking about? Eh? Jamaica, see the bridge here. See the bridge there, see the wicked woman there. She not do nothing. She just come on the scene and I take credit for what she not know about. See there, a Rose Shaw fix the bridge. See Rose Shaw send me the people the plan where the youths them design the Bamboo River Bridge. Not Michelle Charles. You is a wicked woman. She's a wicked woman, Jamaica. I'm today Saturday and she come talk about Happy Sabbath. The devil really wear Prada for true. See her there, you know, about Happy Sabbath today. After she post such a lion wicked video on her page, she gone to church this morning about Happy Sabbath. The devil wears Prada for real. Well, Jamaica, here we have the proof. Me can make sure post it. See Rose Shaw send me it here. All the receipt for sure what she buy for the Bamboo River Bridge. Cement, plyboard. See them there? Nail, steel, concrete. The seat there, Jamaica, we have already proof. Here is the receipt where she pay how much money to sort out that bridge. Michelle Charles must stop it. Michelle Charles must stop it, and she must stop growing and take credit for what she don't know about. She must stop it. 500 and almost, see there on say almost $600,000. It costs parish council. Remember, Rose Shaw is the councillor for the Morant Bay Division, and she lobbied. Look how long. Michelle Charles had the MP. She's the member of parliament, and as since Rose Shaw come, Rose Shaw lobby on the behalf of the Morant Bay people and fix Morant Bay. And the young people them, the architect them, design the Bamboo River Bridge. You see it there? Rose Shaw, the young people them in a Morant Bay come together and draw how the bridge must. See it there, Jamaica, see it there, we not tell no lie. Pa Michelle. See it there. A Rose Shaw by see the steel them, they see the truck come there. Rose Shaw by the steel them. See the how much bag of cement. The load of gravel and something to fix the bridge. Is Rose Shaw do it? And Michelle Charles, they on our social media, I take credit for the Bamboo River Bridge. What can go so Jamaica? What can go so Jamaica? A lucky thing so the woman have her proof because she know how wicked Michelle Charles is. The woman spend money and get all backhoe. Everybody know how backhoe expensive for rent. And as she clear the Bamboo River so that the water can go out to sea. See it there? Is she do the work? And Michelle Charles, they on Facebook, I take credit for what she don't know about. See the woman have her invoice there from the hardware. See the invoice, the $575,000 for buy the material them, and see her receipt there. Where is Michelle Charles' receipt? Since as you want to come claim bridge where you don't know about. You are a wicked, evil woman. She's a wicked, evil woman. And you know me reach out to Miss Rose Shaw. And I want you to listen to the response, Jamaica, of Comrade Rose Shaw. Oh no, listen this. Listen to this, Jamaica. Listen to this.
I tell you, really wonder how she sleeps at night. Yes. Anyway, what happened for months, I've been talking about this bridge. The fire department came to the council and they also made a report about the bridge being in a dangerous position and it's a threat to people's lives. So they are calling upon the authorities to deal with the situation. I made appeals to the council, and as I said, that is an emergency situation where money can be taken from the SGR, which is a special grant for repair. And at the moment, there is $52 million sitting down in the SGR. Now, the mayor was spoken to by the superintendent and asked that the money be taken from SGR. The mayor signs off on it, and then after he signs off, he was called by Michelle Charles to say that she is going to donate material. I had a meeting with the citizens on the 17th, Saturday the 17th, and I spoke with them, and I told them that the mayor signs off on the project on the 16th. That was the Friday, right? The Saturday, the mayor called me to say that he had to send the request to Kingston so that the Minister of Local Government can sign it. Up till now, not a dollar has been provided by the St. Thomas Parish Council. So, because I had initially promised the citizens that something would be done, I went and I get the material from a hardware, which I'll provide the receipt, to the tune of nearly $500,000. I will forward the receipt. Right? I engage the backhoe, the tractor, to at least clear the area, clear the running water in the gully to the tune of over $105,000 for the backhoe. All right. Selvin Williams, who is a draftsman and an engineer, also volunteered to start the project. The project was started on Labor Day. Right. So all those materials were provided by the hardware that I engaged and also the equipment. And Selvin also paid some money. I will give you Selvin's number. Selvin Williams is one of our youth rep, and because he was the one who spearheaded the project. Lo and behold, Miss Charles went down there Labor Day. And there's a video that she put up that it was fully sponsored by the Member of Parliament. The bridge is completed because the residents came out and she fully sponsored the bridge, which is a lie. Up to now, not a dollar has been received from the Ministry of Local Government. She also trying to imply that, well, she didn't imply, she said it, that she's sure that I get at least $1.5 million every month, which is a lie, and it can be successfully contradicted because when I go to council next week, Thursday, the mayor will have to provide evidence of that. So all in all, she's disingenuous, she's mischievous, she's irresponsible and desperate. So if you need any further information, I will provide it. I'm going to send you the receipt.
There you have it, Jamaica. The People's National Party candidate for Eastern St. Thomas. What a wicked and conniving Judas Michelle is. You heard the truth and the facts, Jamaica. And you hear what Rose say? Rose say come next week, Thursday. The mayor figure tell them in the council when him give her 1.5 million a month time. So you see, Michelle put herself in a batino. Michelle must stop it. She must stop it. The woman have her proof. She have her receipt. And Michelle come out and take credit for what she don't know about. And talk out of her mouth about how Mr. Louis, why name? Shine, the mayor for St. Thomas. Give Rose Shaw 1.5 million every month. What a wicked woman. Well, you hear it from the council. The councillor said, come next week, Thursday. Michelle and the mayor have to go prove it. Where and when? A month time, then take up $1.5 million give she, Councillor Rose Shaw, on the two out of order. Happy say, the Prime Minister reach, which part in the Brownstown, me say if you reach a Brownstown by 3 o'clock, me know him there in a St. Anne, but a Brownstown, me want to see the judgment, because me know them can't fool Brownstown people. Jamaica people. Why she have to behave so, Kamara? She always a come out and embarrass herself. She very jiggy. And you hear her on the internet and take credit for Bamboo River Bridge and she don't know nothing about the bridge. Look how long the bridge did they want to fix. And since Rose Shaw come now and she realize that the people them support Rose Shaw, she come and talk about she want to fix bridge. Rose Shaw is the one that fix the Bamboo River Bridge. You must stop take credit for things that you don't know about, Michelle. It's unbecoming of an MP. Why you can't speak the truth and make no actions and no work speak for yourself? If you present work in a Eastern St. Thomas, your work will prove for itself. You don't need for you to tell lie and claim things. Denton Wilson, thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you for your presence here on my show. Thank you. You must always come back and build up the views here. Coming and block you. You shall stay where you belong in the comment section. I one thing with my moderator, them no ramp, you know. Them no ramp. But anyway, Jamaica, this is where truth abounds. Can you imagine if we never have platforms like these to show up the lies and the misinformation? Look how Michelle on Facebook bring down Rose Shaw, and look how Rose Shaw have our proof to back up everything. Michelle walk out and say she fix Bamboo River Bridge. And look pan Councillor Rose Shaw. She buy the cement, the gravel, the steel. Everything the woman buy and fix up the bridge. I'll hire backward to clear the river. And Michelle Charles, they on Facebook, I say, as she fix the bridge. She must stop it. And today is Saturday, and she come out about happy Sabbath. The devil really wear Prada for true. See them there? The lady come out with her receipt and her bills to show. See there? She ordered the things them from the hardware. See her invoice there? $575,645. ESC hardware. Me no come from St. Thomas. St. Thomas people know which part Prospect Main Road is in Morant Bay. This is the invoice from the hardware. And here is her receipt. For sure, so she pay for the things them. $575,000. And Michelle come out on social media and say she fix bridge. When will these Jamaica Labour Party MP, how much lower can they stoop? How much lower can they stoop? In Jamaica? Well, me know it now go done yesterday, because I true Rose have things to do this weekend. But me know Monday morning, Rose go call in pan the show and further set the record straight. You must stop it, Michelle. You must stop it. You must stop it. Jamaica, tomorrow, 5 o'clock, our road leads to Northwest St. Anne. It is going to be massive. It is going to be grand. Our road leads to the Brownstown Community College. The People's National Party candidate, Senator Gabriela Morris, I got turn up Brownstown. And so we are asking persons from the Dry Harbor Division, Bamboo, Brownstown, Sturge Town, to come out in support. The party leader will be there, Mark Jefferson Golding, and several speakers. So you know, so the program well set. And you know, for me, baby, I got down the one Danishka Williams. Me not tell you no lie. That conference is going to be historic. This conference is going to be historic. We're going to have Comrade Ian Bell, Trumpet Bell, Paul Patmore, Raymond Price, Omar Newell, Donna Scott Motley, Fitz Jackson, Philip Paulwell, Alric Booth, Mr. Cosmo Henry, and of course, Philpott Mitchell. Jamaica, this is what you call a lineup, you know. This is an awesome lineup. I mean, I tell you now, Jamaica, all road leads to Northwest St. Anne tomorrow. No, come out early, because you know we have to set the tone and the pressing. Is all that in me chat? No, Comrade Gabby, big up yourself, Senator Gabriela Morris. Gabby, me over your campaign, because tomorrow excitement, you know, we want to hear the plans. We want to hear the future for Northwest St. Anne. Why is it that every time Gabby walk in Northwest St. Anne, Crystal C want to emulate? She has failed for the past 5 years. I hear they're on their way to Brownstown. Every time the PNP having a meeting, either the day before or the day after, they plant themselves. Well, equally how they rejected Crystal on Thursday. Brownstown people is not to play with, you know. We no want no MP come and Northwest St. Anne come spread no bed. Do the people's work, and your work will speak for you. Equally how they rejected Crystal on Thursday, they will be rejecting the Prime Minister come 3 o'clock. I think they said 3 o'clock they shall be in Brownstown. Look out for it, Jamaica. I soon get some clips. But Jamaica, tomorrow Sunday, 5 o'clock. Meeting I start 5 o'clock. So you know all of the Kens and dolls them on run out from early, build the vibes. This one, for those of you who have been to the Brownstown Community College before, you know the auditorium is what it is. So if you no want to get a space for the party leader and come from early, come and hear the plans for Northwest St. Anne. It is going to be epic. It is going to be grand. And I'm looking forward to see many of you. Big up yourself, Senator Gabby. Tomorrow go nice. Yeah, me can just feel the vibes. Tomorrow is going to be nice. Speaking of plans, Jamaica. Speaking of plans, I saw where Dr. Dayton Campbell, the General Secretary, posted something on his page. And this is another plan from the People's National Party stolen by the Labour Rights, you know. It is Mark Jefferson Golding who shared in Parliament that a People's National Party, one of our plans is to develop the framework for a special agricultural economic zone. Oh no, remember when Mark Golding made it a part of his speech, his budget contribution this year. And here we have Floyd Green running with the initiative. And when them done, them are asked the PNP for we plans. About the 7th plan the PNP put forward, them run with now, you know. I said to the party, hold steady, hold firm. And I want them put some measures in place. Said no party initiative or plans can be duplicated until after general election. Because here are some wonderful plans by the People's National Party, and each time the PNP put out a plan, the Jamaica Labour Party take hold of the plan. It is not right. And it shows that the Labour Party have no future plans for this country. They are waiting on the opposition to hear our plan to lead this country. This is the 7th idea stolen from the PNP by the Jamaica Labour Party. It's unbecoming of them. It is unbecoming of them. And Floyd Green have it well plastered, you know, on him page. How them shameful. Shameful and shameless. No vision. Mark Golding said it in his budget speech. Every day you see them come out and talk about where the plans, where the PNP plans. We don't have no plan. Why is it that each time we bring forward one of our plans, we run with it? So we run with one next plan here, you know. Dr. Dayton Campbell, Missy posted it a short while ago on his speech. And you know, this is going to rub Dayton because Dayton is the opposition spokesperson on agriculture. And to see Dayton come up with a agriculture plan, and the party leader speak about it. And here we have the Minister for Agriculture run with the opposition plan. It says something about the Jamaica Labour Party. Everything you know must thief, so. When I know money are ideas. When I know ideas are human beings, you know, are take away. Why is it that the Jamaica Labour Party have to put themselves in a position at all times to bring down Bustamante? Why? Why Jamaica? And every day you hear them on them platform, time come for what? Time come for you no top thief. Every day you hear the Labour Rights, them a talk about PNP slogan, time come for what? Time come for you no top thief, the PNP ideas. It's unbecoming, Jamaica. It's unbecoming, and it is clear they have lost their way. They have totally lost their way. Another stolen idea. See them run with the PNP plan to develop agricultural economic zones. Look how much free land we see when in country people are left for country and go town. You know the amount of open lot we see on we way to Kingston? And the land them just did it. Them sit down and wait for overseas people fi come invest, and people they are right in Jamaica. We hard working farmer them they right here just a dying for piece of land fi start work the land and hold it from the people. Me tell them, say the Labour Party no care about poor people, you know. Tell them about big investors, then quick for invest and give overseas people. But you who there want one piece of land, fi uplift yourself, you can't get it. And the People's National Party initiative, see it here, to develop the framework of a special agricultural zone initiative. So the land them want to see, when you know on the way to Kingston, not now go on the land, beautiful land, flat land, arable land, we can raise animal, we can plant up crops pan it, just didn't do nothing. And the People's National Party come up with an initiative, say they are going to give the people of this country, our farmers, who don't have access to arable lands. Give them land, make them work it and lease it and farm pan it and develop them country and them families. Why the Labour Party never see this a vision here? Now that Mark Golding come to the forefront with such an idea and contribute his plans to the parliament, Floyd Green run with it and say them are going to initiate it. And when you're not done, you sit on one side. I hope the young people them are listen to me this afternoon, you know. Hope the young people them are listen. Every day you see the JLP on platform I talk about the PNP them not have no plan. Want to no idea. We not hear no plan from the PNP. But this is the 7th idea. The People's National Party propose what they're going to do for the people of this country, and the Jamaica Labour Party run with it. This is the 7th plan the PNP propose. When we take office, what we going to implement, and the Jamaica Labour Party take it up now and run with it. I want the comrades them to have faith and just exercise some more patience. This is the reason why we can't really put out everything, you know. We know we want to hear the plan them, you know. We know we want to hear the plan them. But I don't think it is fair for you to come up with an idea. It coming like when you used to their school and you do your homework and you study your book and you do your exam and you write the answer. Somebody just did no study, no do nothing, and just a copy all of your answer them and get big pass mark and never study. It's the same thing in Jamaica. That's why they say wickedness can't done. That is it, you know, Sharon Valentine. Sharon, I say we must stop talk. But then again, you have some people on the internet when you know what time it is, Sharon. You have some people that on the internet don't understand the politics and that, PNP now go on with nothing, we not hear them plan, we not hear them. You have some people out there that still think that we're there, and then look and see the 7th idea now where the PNP propose. The Labour Party run with it. Why they can't come up with, tell me which plan the Jamaica Labour Party come up with and PNP take it and run with it? Not one. And this is the 7th plan the People's National Party brought forward, and the Jamaica Labour Party take it up and implement it. It is wrong, and it says a lot about the Jamaica Labour Party. They have plateaued, them not have no vision, and it is time come them call the damn election, make the people them can move on with them life. It is time now for them call the election so that the people can choose change and move on with them life. And the longer them take to call it, is the wider the margin of victory gonna be for the People's National Party. The wider the margin of victory is gonna be for the People's National Party. I'm not sure if y'all saw, you know, remember when we break the news here and class the Labour Right Councillor and MP Currency Morris. You remember how info come out, come bring me down? Him post up my picture and post up my platform on him page. And him ask the Labour Right blogger them to reach out to him privately so that he can give them the true story, because I lie the blogger Dre Brian I tell and I share the live I took to you know, make no sense to share because I know him probably I go support Crystal Lee. Remember Crystal Lee have him pan the payroll, you know. So chances are info in the Northwest St. Anne. But Jamaica, I'm just showing you how the Labour rights them stay. When I first came out and I broke this story, right? That former councillor for the Angels division, right? And for the Ensom seat. Remember 2 division him run, you know, that same Labour right councillor man here, George Moody. He's a principal somewhere in a Currency Morrison constituency. And he ran in the Ensom City division in Babsy Grange constituency, and him no have no manners, likewise Babsy. So the two of them can't agree, and Babsy decides say she don't want him run back in her constituency. That is the reason why him lose the Ensom City division, you know, and if he get up where will represent the JLP for the Angel division, and he lost the Angel division to the People's National Party. But Jamaica, he's a principal up there in Currency Morrison's constituency, and he abused a 10-year-old little boy, and then keep it hush-hush. They keep it hush-hush. A Currency Morrison big friend, you know. And you abuse the little boy. 10-year-old is a big back, grey back man. Abuse a little 10-year-old little boy. And you know, hear nothing about it. And when me break this story, the Labour rights them come at me. All the one info media. And how if me can do this to the councillor, what me could have do? What have I done? What me do? I me tell him to go abuse the little 10-year-old boy? What have I done info more than just speak the truth? And take God off of the cross and not no go so a wicked the boy Dre Brian wicked and him lie and him this and him that. So how is it that TVJ have it now? How is it that Gleaner, Star and Observer have it now? Them something here, you know, Jamaica. Let me tell you, you know, God bless Philip Paul well we come up with technology and cell phone and internet. Me telling you, know, PNP developed Jamaica, you know, had it not been for the PNP, so we can come up with gadgets them and live by internet. Somehow we would have lost in this country when it come on to information. And when I broke the story, the Labour rights them try. They try to come at me. Me liar, me wicked. All the one info media him. If me could have do this to George Moody, what me would I do? And so then class me and bring me down, you know, me wicked and me lie. So what is this in front town now, Labour rights? What is this in front town now, Labour rights? Uno listen, come here, say me call TVJ News. Listen to this, Jamaica. Uno listen good. Listen the news, what them have to say, Jamaica. Because since as a lie, me I tell. Because everything a lie, Jamaica. Everything is lie.
The allegations are that sometime in the month of March 2025, the school principal assaulted a student at the school. The report was made to the police and the Child Protection and Family Services Agency in the month of April. The police conducted intensive investigation, which led to them serving summons to the school principal, who should appear in court to answer charges of assault, occasional bodily harm.
You hear that, Jamaica? You hear that? Them serve the principal summons. And when me come out, can tell Jamaica, say then charge Principal George Moore. Them say I lie, me I tell. Thank you, Comrade Sandy. You see what Sandy, they try to bring me down. Labour rights, so them stay. Anytime the people of the country speak out and I speak the truth, them hush, they want hush the truth. It will not happen. And it is one thing I realized with Mark Jefferson Golding and this new PNP administration where I try to farm. Integrity, truth, and justice are the pillars of what Mark Golding has built a new PNP under. We now go sit down and see wrong and call it right. We are no labor rights. And I spoke out about it, and the labor rights them tried to bring me down. Well, see here, Jamaica, who has the last laugh now? Who has the last laugh now? See me news day.
Later this month. The child is presently receiving counseling based on referral at this time.
Now, Mr. Moody is a former Jamaica Labour Party councillor for the Ensom City Division in Spanish Town, St. Catherine.
The allegation.
You hear that, Jamaica? You hear that? He was the councillor for the Ensom City Division. In Babsy Grange, Central St. Catherine, and Babsy get rid of him. And last year, February local government election, he represent the JLP last year for the Angel Division and lose the seat. And me break the news, and the labor rights them say me lie and me wicked. The labor rights them come for bring me down. Say me lie and me wicked. Who look like an idiot now? One thing with me over here, so and the Dre Bryan platform, people are always going to reach out to me with information because over here, so it's credible. We don't have no time for slander nobody like them. And I want them to realize with them, when you start show them up with the truth, they start get rude and disrespectful. Don't pay them no mind, Jamaica. And that's why when they come over here, I just big them up and thank them for the views. I don't care what they want to say about me because the truth of it swim pan water like aisle. And that my mother always tell me. Transparency is all it. We demand transparency. And it is one thing I realize with this new PNP administration that Mark Golding and Dayton try so hard to put together is that transparency and honesty and integrity are the pillars that will form the foundation of Mark Jefferson Golding PNP administration. And we're going to stand with him. We are going to stand with him. We don't want them kind of people here about your principal and abuse 10-year-old little boys. We don't want people like you in education. You need to resign. And the MP, Kerensy Morrison, need to come out, come condemn what you do. All because you are not a big friend. I wonder how she feel this afternoon. You know, want to hold it between yourself and your party. No, we are going to load it up and make no shame. We are going to load it up and make no shame. Jamaica Labour Party councillor George Moody and principal Kerensy Morrison constituency, Kerensy Morrison big friend, former councillor, JLP councillor for Ensom City Division and Angel, charge Jamaica. He's supposed to present himself to the court come June 17th. And when I break the story, the Jamaica Labour Party disrespect me and class me and try to bring me down. And info media, big man who ought to know better, come out and defend the wrongs. How you feel this afternoon, info media, to know that me I try to put out the truth out there and you try to shut me up? Cannot work. Cannot work, could never work. And you dip on your platform, I tell the people them and your bloggers them, but they must inbox you because you have the truth as to what transpired. What truth you have? Why you not come with the truth? This is the truth when me attack. Nothing can overrule the truth. You understand me? Nothing cannot overrule the truth. You have to go a court if I know the 17th or the 18th, but me know this month. You have to go answer to the charge. You abuse the little 10-year-old little boy and you shouldn't do it. Big back, grey back man like you abuse 10-year-old little boys. and say you're a principal. We don't want people like you in our education system. And we are calling MP Kerence Morrison to come out and condemn the act. About a lie. If a lie, how Gleaner take it out? Of course, me understand, so now go see a lie. Because you don't have access to information. And that's why people now reach out to you with information, because you don't love disrespect people. Then go and always reach out to me, you know. One thing, when people reach out to me with information, I can assure you nobody go hear it back or know where it come from. I protect persons who reach out to me with information. You understand? You have to act responsible so that people can confide in you. It's not my fault nobody confide in a Infomedia and the rest of labor right bloggers. Hence the reason why when me break this story, you say a lie me I tell, you disrespect me and try to bring me down. Well, who look like the Judas this afternoon? Who look like the Judas this afternoon? Only propaganda them spread. And when people talk the truth, they want to silence them. You can't silence nobody for the truth. You cannot, you have to give me $1 billion, and you have to go give me the first room when the Pinnacle finish. For me to tap talk. $1 billion me want, and the first finish room, the big building where them say them make a mobile name the Pinnacle. You have to go give me the first room, one penthouse, way up in the top. Me no want in the middle, way up, and $1 billion every month. Oh, me son, yeah, $1 billion and one penthouse at the Pinnacle. Jamaica people, we can't say wrong and not call it wrong right. And we can't want right and want give people wrong. No. Here we have it, Jamaica. The news is now out there after they try to hush it. George Moody, principal, Kerence Morrison, big friend, principal in a Kerence Morrison constituency, abuse a 10-year-old little boy as a principal. And when me break the story, the labor rights, them a condemn me. You know, have a history full of condemn people who stand up for rights, you know. Not this Dre Brian. Not me, big up yourself, Luton. I am not going to stop speak the truth. That's why they don't like me. But the truth will always set you free. And that's why Duane Smith in such a mess this afternoon. Because he don't know when to speak the truth. And see them catch him in the biggest lie Jamaica's ever seen or heard politically. National disgrace the labor rights are. And with that said, Jamaica is 3 minutes to 3 o'clock. I have an appointment to go see my barber, because you know, people have to go dally down. For Gabby, big excitement tomorrow. So, don't forget tomorrow, all road leads to Northwest St. And this rally is going to be one for the books. So I'm asking all the comrades them, Sturge Town, Bamboo, Brownstown, you name it, you come out tomorrow, 5 o'clock, and let us support Comrade Gabriela Morrison. And with that said, Jamaica, have to go catch the barber, sort out me. I want nothing for me now. No, me have it thing and dally down. I want to take this thing for. So Jamaica, it was nice being here. I told you I will be coming on over the weekend just to make up for the 2 days this week due to my internet issues. But can't say me no come on, and then tomorrow I will be going live at the conference. So soon tomorrow, Jamaica, the word is love. Big up on yourself. Please avoid the labor right platform them. Ignore the labor rights them and turn on the yard if you don't have to go nowhere. Because the devil let loose in Jamaica and it is silly season. Jamaica, the word is love. Take care and see you guys tomorrow. The word is love.